Hey friends, what is a better time to do a declutter than at the beginning of a brand new year? We're going to kick off 2025 with a declutter today, and this will be part of a series of several declutters that I need to do. But we're going to start with fragrance first. This is actually my very first fragrance declutter video. The first time that I'm actually going to be getting rid of some fragrances. This is going to cover luxury, niche, Middle Eastern, even body sprays, even candles, incense. I mean, things I consider in the fragrance category. And I'm going to share the things I'm going to declutter from my collection and why. So if that interests you and you want to see me attempt to get rid of some things for my very first fragrance declutter, stick around and we'll dive right on into it. All right, so welcome guys. If you're new here, I am Cher and have a New Year's video I just did, kind of letting you guys know what I am planning to do here in 2025. We cover a lot of like beauty boxes, especially on the channel, and I was just sharing how I want to move in the direction of just a little bit more refined focus, and that will be on a lot of what I call conscious beauty, which is, for me, is cruelty-free, vegan when I can, clean in some ways, but I know that has a lot of interpretations. But basically just, I'm being a lot more mindful about the beauty that I'm bringing in. And so this is part of what is inspiring my declutter, is to challenge myself on like, what do I really need? What are the fragrances that bring me joy, in the words of, I can never remember her name, Maria Kondo, something like that. Also, just which ones do I just never wear? If I have a perfume sitting on my stand and maybe it looks pretty there, and I have this sense of pride that, oh, look at my collection, but I never wear it because it's just not for me, why let it sit there? So we are going to start cleaning out and really fine-tuning what I am interested in wearing and how I want to smell from day to day. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you my little perfume stand and give you a little tour of this collection. I do want to tell you, 2024 was the year I actually got into perfume. Before that, I was not a perfume person at all. I liked some body sprays and whatnot. So I did have like Bath and Body Works type lines that made me happy, but I was not into perfume. I always associated it with certain smells that weren't for me. But when I tried a couple of perfumes back in like the spring of last year, one in like PR, another in a beauty box, I think, I was like, wait a minute, this is what perfume can smell like. It was all just a matter of finding the right notes and scents for me. And once I figured that out, I became obsessed, and my collection grew from like 2 body sprays to now this. So, but it's out of control. I don't have room anymore for my collection, and I don't have room to keep buying more and more perfume stands and places to organize it. So we're going to do with my perfume the same that I do with my eyeshadow palettes. Whenever I bring you guys a declutter on that, you've seen that like I have a few drawers where I keep my eyeshadow palettes, and once those drawers are filled, something's got to go. So same idea with my perfume and fragrance, and just being a little bit more, I'm not going to claim to be minimalist by any means, but I do want to move towards a little more minimalist this year in my conscious beauty quest, and not so much just overconsumption. I do overconsume, but a lot of it I try to justify it by saying, hey, this is my job. My job is to be a beauty blogger, to bring you guys reviews, try out things, but I do just want to be a little bit more conscious about the ones that I'm trying now, ones that I will actually use and that aren't just wasting space, you know, and adding to my clutter, which can really affect mental health as well. So let's dig in and start sharing what I'm decluttering. Okay, so just to share how I have this organized, I have my perfume stand here, and then I have another little basket in my bathroom that has more like of the body sprays and shower gels and lotions and things like that that have certain fragrance in them, but they're kind of more body care as opposed to perfume. So with my perfume stand, I have on the top shelf kind of a mix of, I don't know how you categorize this. In my mind, it's just sort of the trending perfume, but not necessarily the most high end out there. So many of these are my favorites. Most everything I really love, and I won't be decluttering. A lot of these are gourmands or tropical, but there's a couple that stand out to me that I'm not feeling. There's a couple from Dossier, however everybody says it. Now, I was doing Dossier, I don't want to say before everybody else, but this was one of the first things I ever reviewed on my channel. But it was also when I was not a perfume person. I knew nothing about perfume. I smelled these and it was the exact smell I always associated with perfume. I am not a fan. I probably reviewed like 10 of theirs. I thought I kind of liked them at the time for perfume, but now that I have so many of my own that I've chosen, I'm like, no, these are terrible. All of the Dossier that I have tried have been PR gifted to me. And I hear from a lot of you guys that you have certain Dossier perfumes that you love, because what Dossier is they tend to dupe other like very high-end fragrances. So all of their stuff is like inspired by. I like their packaging. I think their packaging's nice. I like that it has like the magnetic cap, but I'm not a fan of the smells. And it may be a matter of finding the right scent for the right dupe for something that I really do love that has my kind of notes, but these ain't it. So the first one is the Aromatic Watermelon. Put it over this way where the light isn't quite so crazy on it. Top notes are bergamot, watermelon, cardamom. Middle notes are basil, clary sage, orris, and verbena. And the base notes are musk, vetiver, patchouli, and amberwood. It must be the patchouli, y'all. Y'all, we talk about this all the time. You gotta be careful with patchouli. If it has patchouli, it can be totally hit or miss. And this one's just miss. Sorry. Okay, here's what it is, guys. This is a dupe for Polo Blue, like Ralph Lauren. Okay, I had no idea this whole time that's a cologne. Okay, that's a men's fragrance. And this whole time I've been trying to make it work for me. But like I said, I got these before I knew anything about fragrance. And so when I went back to look, what was this inspired by? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense, because I'm like, y'all, I would love, love, love this on a man. Like I really would. I would love this on a man. And that was the first thought that came to me was it'd be good at cologne. And sure enough, it is. So it's like, and I won't be keeping it because my husband doesn't wear a lot of different colognes. So it's like, and he would definitely not wear one that looked like this because it's not manly looking. My husband's a man's man. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, we're decluttering that because I'm not going to wear one that smells like a cologne. The next one is Dossier, how do you say it? Citrus Green Apple. And this is supposed to be inspired by Dolce & Gabbana's light blue too. We got a blue theme here going on. The good news is this one smells a little more feminine to me, and it is supposed to be more of a perfume, more feminine. The top notes are green apple, lime, and cadrat. I don't know if I say that one right. I don't know that note. Middle notes are bluebell, jasmine, and rose, and the base is amber, cedarwood, and musk. Yeah. So I think it is a little too, like I pick up on the citrus and the green apple a little, but it's really that, it's like this weird kick of citrus mixed with the cedarwood and musk, and it's just not, no, I don't like it. So I never reach for these. I find that their perfumes are very strong too, in my opinion, and I'm not huge on the really strong, overpowering ones. Okay, so those were the absolutely, yes, they're getting decluttered fragrances. I had many more before this that I have given away in like giveaways or gifted, because I probably got gifted about 8 or so from Dossier. like I said, at the time, I thought it was probably nice for a perfume, but I really just didn't know anything then. So now I'm down to nothing, I think, of Doshers. I would actually be curious to try more from them, but I may this time, now that I know more about my perfume notes, I can shop more based on what I'm interested in, or if there's certain designer ones I've been wanting or want to try, I can try the dupe of it. So I think I just need to play around with Dosher again and see if there's just some other fragrances I like, or if I just don't care for Dosher in general. I don't know. So those were the two definites. Most everything else is a for sure keeping. This is one of my favorite categories of fragrances, but I do have a few here that are sort of in that I don't know yet category. So let's go through those. Okay, y'all don't come at me, but the commodity juice that we got in Ipsy, I got it in an Ipsy icon box, and I think it was maybe a newer one of theirs, but okay, I've tried a few from commodity, and there's another one we'll talk about too that I didn't care about either, but it's more in my travel sprays. This was a more full bottle. I just felt like it's so strong, and you do pick up on fruity, but you pick up on a little bit of like headache inducing notes too, if that makes sense. Now, I can't remember what the notes were in this one. I do remember that I think it has strawberry maybe in it. I'll put the notes on the screen for you, but I've just been toying with decluttering it because I really have not worn it because it's just so strong. And it's not usually like my fragrance family. I do like fruity, but I don't like this really strong, overpowering smell. Now, some people love commodity because of the strength, because it lasts longer than, but I'm like, I can't handle a scent that's like so strong in order to make it last. Like, I'd rather just reapply it than have it like that. So I'm going to put this in my I don't know category. Another one I've kind of like, I don't know about either, is the Maison Louis Marie number 4. This is Bois de Balancourt. I can't remember the notes on it either. They're not on there, but it did have like these earthy notes, I remember. I think it has, not frankincense, what was it? Some very like woody, earthy notes that at first I was like, no, I hate it. I think I got this in maybe a Trend Mood box, if I remember correctly. It's very recent. I just got it like a little bit before the holidays. But what happened was like, it kind of started growing on me a little bit. And I think too, I just love the packaging. It's so pretty. But I'm like, maybe I just need to get some different in the line that's more scents that I like and that I'll wear. I did actually wear this a couple of times. Like, it really does like have this interesting way of mixing the notes that I was like, know about, that like over time when I wear it, I actually start to kind of like how it smells on me, but I have to be in just the right mood for it. So again, it's in my I don't know category. And then another one that's in the I don't know either. This is one of my first Middle Eastern perfumes I tried. It's Paris Corner. And it just looks so beautiful, doesn't it? This packaging. And it came in this amazing box with this whole story. Like, I wanted to like keep the box and everything because the packaging overall was just out of this world. And it just looked so luxurious, yet it's very affordable. And I thought I was going to love it because of the packaging and how pink it is and girly girl. But it just has this very strange scent. It's like this, I think it does have pink pepper in it, if I remember the notes. I'll put the notes on the screen again, but it's just this weird, I don't know, it's just weird. It smells weird. It's definitely still pretty feminine, so I do like that. Just, I don't know how to explain it. You got to smell this yourself. And so, but it's like, I really hate to declutter it because of the packaging. But like that alone, it's like I want to keep it because of how pretty it is on my perfume stand. But on the other hand, I reach for it so not very often. Now, I do feel like maybe I will use it more in the spring because it does have a very like light pink pepper floral almost type scent to it. So it's like I have it in the I don't know category again because I'm thinking maybe come spring I'll be reaching for it more again. All right, next we're going to tackle the bottom row of my full-size perfumes, and this is kind of how I have them organized is that these are more of my luxury high-end fragrances. They're not all like super high-end, but they're, you know, ones that are from like designer brands or really like perfume powerhouses. Where I really struggle with this is I'm a luxury bougie girl. I do love my luxury, and there's some that have such amazing packaging. It's very hard to let go of. But again, I have to think about, will I wear them? So, and it's like it really pains me to get rid of anything that's like luxury and name brand. Maybe it's the snob in me, I don't know. But the new year, new share is saying, why are you keeping it just because of the name if you never wear it? So let's look at those. Comes to the luxury ones, a lot of these I have been gifted in PR. And then a couple from maybe like different, like an advent calendar or samples of purchases. Even when they're a little mini one, I've been keeping them on this luxury perch just to look at them because they're pretty. But let's start talking which ones I want to declutter. The first one is going to be Cartier La Panthère. Okay. What did I get this in, guys? Do you remember? I think I got it in maybe was it the Macy's Advent Calendar? The Macy's Luxury Advent Calendar, I think was the name of it. And I just recently unboxed that a little bit before the holidays. This came in it and it was horrible to me. I did not like it. I felt like it was so strong, so strong. This is what I always think of perfume. It's just, it's a strong scent. I don't care for it. And even if it's Cartier, however we say it, even if it's that, I'm just, why keep it if I'm never going to wear it? I know I'm never going to wear this. Okay. This pains me so much, so much. I mean, YSL girl. YSL is not always cruelty free, you guys. So this is going to be a little tough for me this year when I try to prioritize all cruelty free. So I love my YSL, but I was gifted the Libre by YSL, and I was really excited about it. I ended up liking the regular one. Okay. The regular one is one that like I have to be in the right mood for it, but I will wear it at times. But it is very strong. This is your like sexy, grab your attention perfume. So I think I'm going to keep it, even though it's not normally my style of perfume, but it is just that every now and then I do like it for something very bold. So I'll probably keep the regular. However, they have the Libre Intense. Cannot handle this one. Now, this one's like a little deeper of a scent than the regular one. I don't even feel like it's more strong and powerful necessarily. It's just got this deeper, like almost more sensual scent to it that is just not me. It's just, maybe like a spicy kick to it, but it's a little too deep for me. So, oh, this pains me so much, but I think I'm going to have to declutter it. Okay, and then more luxury. I was gifted La Vie est Belle probably like 5 times by Lancome. And I've always loved Lancome. Unfortunately, another one that is not cruelty-free all the time that I'm going to have to painfully reassess. But I do get PR from them fairly often. So I have probably 4 different bottles of La Vie est Belle. This is a smaller version of, I have a much larger one too. The packaging is so, so beautiful. And that's part of why I keep it. Honestly, this makes the perfume stand. It's just so pretty, so feminine and beautiful. But I honestly, I don't really care for the smell, y'all. Like, I'll wear it occasionally, but it's just so classic perfume smell that I haven't liked in the past. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm probably not going to get rid of all of the La Vie smell that I own. I have two bottles that look like this. I have a bigger one and a smaller one. And so I'm probably going to declutter one of them and just not have like repetitive fragrance, because I think I could still wear it occasionally and be okay. So, and then I've also got a couple of in the Idol line as well from Lancome. So it's like, I just feel like I have so much, and they're huge bottles that I'll never get through probably. So I think I can spare one. So I'm probably going to declutter one, even though it pains me because it's so beautiful. Okay, guys. And then the next one, this is going to be in the I don't know category. I've talked about this one before. This is Dior Joy. So like, to get rid of Dior, like, girl, share. This is killing me. I don't know. The reason that I am on the fence, one is it's just not the scent for me. It has this very powdery smell. That is the best way I know how to describe it. It's very powdery. And this used to be what I thought of with perfume too, but it reminds me so much of my grandmother, my late grandmother. And I was very close to her. We lived together for a while too. I lived with her when I was in college and right after my grandfather died. And when I smell this, it just evokes my nanny. And so I'm considering keeping it just for that. And now I'm going to tear up. So I'm like, you know, the smells, they really evoke. That's one thing I love about fragrance and perfume is they just take you to like a memory instantly, or remind you of a beautiful, wonderful time in your life, or a not so good time in your life, or they remind you of a loved one that you just love so much and miss. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna stop. Anyway, obviously I don't think I can emotionally part from this perfume, so we're gonna keep it. Even though I don't wear it very often, it's not me. It's a little too like, I don't want to offend anybody, but I feel like it's a little bit like old lady powder scent, in my opinion. All right, now we're going to go through the travel sprays, and here is my drawer of travel sprays. And this drawer is not really arranged by like luxury versus niche or anything like that. It's just all the travel spray sizes I have in one drawer. So the first one, I think I'm going to declutter is Lancome Idol, but the reason is because I have several full-size bottles of this, and so it's so repetitive. And these lines, the Idol lines, are ones that like I will wear, especially in the spring, like spring and summer. They're kind of fruity, fresh. Like to me, they do smell like luxury, but at the same time, like fresh and feminine. But I won't always reach for them all the time, but sometimes. But I don't think that I'm ever going to get through them enough to like need extra. Like I probably should keep it because it'd be a travel version of scents that I like, I guess. But I don't know. I just feel like it's overkill and I just have too much. So I think I'm going to clutter like a fairly repetitive one. Okay, two that I am definitely, well, it's not two, it's just two of the same. Definitely getting rid of this. So I got this in the Allure member store, and I kind of blind bought it. These are Christian Louboutin, and I think the name of it is Lube Rouge. Horrible. Not my fragrance family at all. I did not like them. Yeah, they are weird. They smell terrible to me. I will put the notes on the screen. I can't remember what's in them, but there is something in there that is like too weird and deep again. No. So these are getting tossed. Okay, the next one I'm definitely tossing too is the Commodity Milk. But this is the bold. Yeah, it has Milk Plus. So the scent space is bold. It's horrible. I don't like it. Ugh, this is probably one of the worst fragrances I've ever smelled. Like, is that like frankincense in it or something? It's terrible. I would never wear this. This was gifted to me by my friend Mela, but I think it was gifted because she didn't like it too, in that sense. was letting me try it. I think we can both agree this is a no-go and I'm tossing it. Okay, the next one I think I'm going to toss. This is a confusing one. This is Chris Collins' Lost in Paradise. And I got it in PR, but it was as a kind of collab with Beauty Stat. They were focusing a lot on Black-owned brands. And I had never tried Chris Collins, so I was excited. I didn't care for it. It was way too strong for me too. And I actually had a little chat with my friend Alicia, Budget Beauty. She is the perfume guru on here. If you don't follow her, you need to check her out. And she is a friend of mine, and I remember she reviewed it and loved it. And she knows I'm a very tropical girl. I love tropical fragrances. And she was like, "Oh, I'm surprised you didn't like it because it's kind of got that like sophisticated tropical vibes." And she described this as very smooth. And I'm like, yes, but like, I don't know what it is. I don't know why I don't like it if it's like kind of tropical. I think it's just too strong for me. So I don't like super strong. So I think I'm going to be decluttering it. Okay. Here's one that is on the like, I don't know category. And because it's so new, I hesitate to declutter it, but I keep asking myself, will I really wear it? And I kept thinking with it being winter, I would be probably more inclined to wear it in the winter here, but I still just don't know, guys. The Fenty perfume. This was a love it or hate it. We had a whole chat about it. Did finally get it in Allure, right, guys? Yeah. And it's just, I said at the time I didn't hate it and I didn't love it. I was expecting to hate it. I think it was another one that had patchouli in it. Honestly, guys, though, like the more and more that I smell it and I have tried to wear it a couple times and I just was like, maybe I don't love it. So I hate to say it, but I think I am going to declutter the Fenty perfume. Okay, another one that is so weird. And I just, yeah, it's not. Wilhelm. Okay, this is the Poets of Berlin. I think we got this one in an Allure box also. It is so strange. So strange. At the time I was like, oh, well, that's neat and interesting. And it was just unique. So I thought I kind of liked it. But anytime I go to try to wear it, I'm like, ugh. So yeah, I think that one's getting decluttered too. Okay, and then we have our sample drawer. So all of the little samples and like sample books and stuff. So the only thing is that I like to keep my sets together as a book, I think. I don't know. So I'm not sure if I really want to declutter things out of it or not. You know, like the discovery sets, I like being able to kind of see them all, but I'll think about that because there's definitely some in these that I didn't like. But we'll start with some of the others. I have more dossier in a sample size that will get decluttered. And this is one thing that Dossier does is they'll give you like a sample along with the big full size. So you can go ahead and try out the sample first. And then if you decide you don't like it, you haven't messed with the big bottle yet and you can return it. So they all would come with like these samples. So this just is the one that accompanies the bigger one and I will be decluttering it. All right, another one from Dior. I like a lot of the fragrances from Dior and I'm keeping, you know, I have a few that are favorites. I love Miss Dior. I like J'adore. I really like also a couple of the different lines. This one though is terrible. This is New Look. I think this came as one of my Dior purchases and I do not like it. It is horrible. Not a scent that I would ever wear. So declutter the sample. Okay, the Ray-Ban Phantom. We got this in the Macy's beauty box. We got both the Fame, which I absolutely love. This is up there as one of my favorites. So, so, so good. But we also got Phantom, and I think it was supposed to be more of like a cologne. I didn't care for it though, even on a man. But my friend Mela loves this scent, so I'm going to probably send this to her. So, but it's getting decluttered from mine. So a lot of these samples have come from like the Macy's Beauty Box. Even at the Walmart Beauty Box, we got the Paris Hilton perfume. I was like, oh wow, even Walmart's giving me some. Or there's samples that came with purchases or something. So, okay. The Charlotte Tilbury perfume lines. I did a whole review video on those, and I had some that were favorites more than others, but in general, now looking back and smelling them again and having worn a few of them a few more times, I don't think I care for very many of these. They're supposed to be like the aromatherapy, mood evoking scents, and I don't think that they were very good. I don't know. They weren't for me. There was a couple that I liked okay, but then the rest were awful. Cosmic Power was like one of the worst. I want to think this one had frankincense in it. It was, oh no, I'm not going to wear that. I think Joyphoria was my favorite one. So that one was one I would wear. No, Calm Bliss was okay, but it's still not one that I'm really going to gravitate towards. So I think I'm going to toss that one too. Magic Energy, wasn't feeling it either. And then there was this fun one called More, the S word, to evoke things, I guess. I didn't really feel it was that like sexy or anything though. So I'm probably going to toss it too. I think the Love Frequency I was okay with also. I take that back. I don't know. I really don't think I'll wear that either. I want to think this one had maybe rose in it or something. It's a little too strong of rose. There's more samples from Dossier, but they don't have the names on them anymore. And I don't really like how they smell. So I would probably toss these also. That really pared my sample drawer down. So you can tell that like the samples were true samples for me. Yeah. Let's go back through the 7 Virtues. I think I liked pretty much everything in here except for the Blackberry Lily. So yeah, if I were to declutter out of this little discovery set, it would be Blackberry Lily, but honestly, it's not too bad. And like I said, I kind of want to keep the whole set together. Just, I don't know why. So we'll see if I declutter it. But if I do, it's going to be the Blackberry Lily. Everything else I really liked. Coconut Sun is one of my favorite ones. I was able to discover the Vanilla Woods and liked it. Santal Vanilla was okay. And then I really liked the Lotus Pear also. But I already knew that I loved Coconut Sun. That is such a favorite perfume. Next one is the Ellis Brooklyn Discovery Set. And I did go through all of these in like a sniff and sip type video, as well as the 7 Virtues. And I think that I discovered like, so with a lot of these, I think there was none that I hated. So I'd probably still wear most of these, but I think I just had some that were definitely favorites more than others. I really loved Florist, and Myth was a really neat one. Like I kind of actually liked the Myth one, and the Salt was like kind of aquatic, so I kind of liked it. Everything else, there was a lot of gourmands in this one. And what I didn't like about the gourmands was they were a little too like alcohol heavy. I really felt like I was going to smell like the store, if you know what I mean. I don't even want to say it in case that's not family friendly and YouTube flags me. So, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to keep my little sets in their books for now. And then these are the perfumes that I am keeping as samples. I would talk about the candles that I own, but honestly, I don't think I want to declutter any of them because I do use a lot of candles. I go through them pretty quickly. So even ones that are like less favorite than others, I'm still going to use them. So I'm probably not going to declutter any fragrances. I also just got this for Christmas. It's a flower diffuser, and I haven't really had a chance to play with it yet, but I think I like it. It's based on white jasmine. So Cocador is the name. So I'm going to try that out. But so we will move on to the body sprays now real quick. Most everything is from Bath and Body Works. Now I love Bath and Body Works, but I have my favorite fragrances. And then I had just kind of tried some. I've gotten a couple of blind buys to try, and they just didn't work out so well. So a couple of them are from the luxury line at Bath and Body Works. Everybody raves about these, so I tried them out, and they are not for me. I think it's because they are inspired by some of the luxury fragrances, but they were not the luxury fragrances for me if these smell anything like them. We have Covered in Roses, and we have Getaway Soiree. I think the Covered in Roses was, what's the name of that one? Delina? I'll put it on the screen. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a popular, very popular scent. And then this one I think might have been inspired by maybe like Tom Ford, one of his fragrances. I just didn't care for either of them. So, and they're like not even used. They're probably going to become gifts as well. All right, and then this is very strange that I don't care for it because I usually love coconut and everything. The Waikiki Beach Coconut, I kind of like it in like my candle because I had a candle of it, maybe the soap too. And I really like it like maybe as a home fragrance, but on my skin, I don't care for it. And so I find that I don't really reach for it much. So I may honestly declutter this one. I'm kind of shocked at myself for doing that. And then also another coconut based one. This is from Fleur, and I got it at the same time that I got the caramel skin, and I got the vanilla skin perfume version of the body spray. But this one, I ended up not caring for at all because it has this very synthetic kind of smell to it. So I ended up not really being a huge fan of it, but I do love the caramel skin. That was a hit. And I loved their vanilla skin, the actual perfume. I just didn't really like this one. So I'm probably going to declutter it. I just don't want to go around smelling really synthetic. I also had the Oahu Coconut Sunset. Again, I liked these in candles, but I just never reached for it for me. And I think it's because what I like in coconut is a little bit sweeter, I think. And this just, it doesn't have like a sweet coconut smell. And I think that's what it is I like the coconut like sunscreen type feeling. So picture Sol de Janeiro number 62. Love 62. And that's kind of more the vibes that I like. And this one's just not quite sweet enough. So it's crazy that I'm wanting to declutter all these like tropical ones, but I've just noticed I don't ever reach for them, but I do reach for my Sol de Janeiro. Oops, and then I forgot two more. Also, these are duplicates because I got an extra from getting like a 3-set at the Allure shop, and then I think this Mountain & Gets came in their mystery box. I don't know. I've gotten a few duplicates, so I'm probably going to declutter the duplicates. Okay, guys, I think that is everything. I made so much progress. I'm very proud of myself for letting go. So many that I know I'm not going to wear. I'm going to show you all of the ones that we have decluttered today. A couple of the I don't know categories I did put back and kept. I think for now I'm going to keep this one just because it's so pretty. And I'm going to see if I'll wear it in the spring. You know, when it gets to be warmer weather and like the spring vibes, I might end up liking it more. I think I'm going to keep this one too, even though it's odd. It's one that I don't own, and it's like they did the oddness in such a unique, interesting, like clean, smooth way. So I'm going to keep giving this a chance, and just, I'm not ready to part with it yet, I don't think. But I think I got rid of quite a bit. I'm very proud. And now I have extra room for all of the new fragrances coming my way in 2025. So stay tuned for those because your girl is loving fragrance. Let me know if you have some of these and if you agree with me or not. Let me know if you were clutching your chest as I was giving some away. And we have more declutters on the way. Definitely some more eyeshadow palettes I've got to declutter. And a huge inventory of just my entire makeup collection, honestly. We're going to go through it all. And then we will also continue with skincare again. I need to already declutter skincare. So we've got lots of rounds of declutters to do as we kick off the new year here in 2025. Hope it's going well for all of you guys. If you love this kind of stuff and you want to see more of my declutters, make sure you stick around and pop that subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.